the middle, here's Etienne. And it'll be brought down right around the 40. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. A tight end in motion now. Second down, Lawrence. Forced out wide. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 19
A 19-yard pickup there. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
One of the tight ends in motion right. Etienne now on 1st and 10. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Hey, Lion!
So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Second and 5.
11. Hey, go. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. The second down throw is incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He's got it inside the 5. And he's in. Travis Hunter. Touchdown, Jaguars.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mixing run, mixing pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, and that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Yellow!
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Easy.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And that is incomplete.
I say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They pick up 27 and convert on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a toss to Pacheco. And not Good defense. Held to no gain. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 6. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. 2nd and a yard. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Yellow.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's good.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Hey, Soko, hot.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. Rolling right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
Hey, go. This one's hot.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Fire down these two.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelce. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Mahomes. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. Remigio now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Yellow. Argo blue lady. Yellow.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
That one swung out wide to Pacheco. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
14 yards. Now Kansas City Chiefs.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. A quick slant that is caught by Kelce. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. Mahomes connects with Kelce for a big one. 39 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Mahomes now to throw again. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Hey, 57 color. Yellow.
To the air once more. It's Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. And he's into the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get it underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them. And when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Soka. Hot. Here we go.
A 1st down throw for Lawrence. A dive and a catch. Incredible.
Let's go.
A gain of 10 yards.
Hey, I'm gun.
Jaguars, 1st down.
Big 13
It's a
heavy.
gain of 10. 1st down, Jacksonville.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Forced to his right. He's going to keep it himself. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 17
Now a
yards.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
11.
On the ground, here's Etienne. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Hey,
At the 38-yard line.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. Taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Throwing is Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Lawrence to throw for it on fourth down. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
Yellow.
On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Yellow. Attack, attack. 15.
Throwing now, Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he will go all the way. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but once you get to fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
From the shotgun. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Short kick taken just inside the 20. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The left, red on red. Done. They say hot. 13, Lou. Sink right. Go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence going for it all. He's got it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A big one here in the fourth quarter. 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35.
30 left.
Jaguars first down.
Damn, gun.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And the Chiefs will take over here just past the 30.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Fight down these two.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
At the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This one not quite on target. And too much. That one falls incomplete.
And we got a big third down coming up here, Mike. They got a chance with a conversion to possibly get this under the 2-minute warning, put this defense in a position where they have to start using their timeouts.
On third down, they go with Pacheco. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down.
The offense had a decision to make. Was it more important to keep the clock rolling or maintain possession? They take a little bit of a conservative approach there, keeping the ball on the ground. Now brings up fourth down.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Here's Mahomes. Open man, that's the tight end, Gray. And he's going to have the Chiefs first down. As the defense nowhere to be found. They picked up 20 on fourth down.
I liked a little bit of this risk-taking when you found yourself with the lead in the fourth quarter. Conservative wisdom says, just punt it away and let your defense win this game for you. But now after going for it on fourth down and extending the drive, they can continue to work this clock. And even if they do have to give the ball back to their opponent, they're going to get the ball back with a lot less time. So I really like that decision.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punt. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top. So again, they will try for two. This time, it comes from the 7-yard line.
Set up for the 2-point conversion.
Pacheco going to try it on the ground. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line, maybe a little winded after that long touchdown run. In any event, the drive for two failed. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This barely gets to the landing zone, fielded at the 19. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here is 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Hey, attention.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Out to his right. Now he takes off. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A pickup there of 28 yards.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. And he will score. Game on. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
That's the score. Chiefs 19, Jaguars 14. Cam Little, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
They're on the 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now the former rushing champ. It's Kareem Hunt. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's a run with Hunt. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, KC.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Yellow.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Yellow.
On the ground, this is Hunt. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Now 4 seconds left. And we get a timeout call. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here we go. One final play. That's hauled in at the 2. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play.
Yeah, Mike, I'm not sure how popular this move is going to be on the other sideline. And listen, I understand in the huddle sometimes kind of players take it upon themselves to do things like this, but the call there has to be take a knee, move on, shake